less money and chasing your dreams. Easy beat, turn the place, everything. Marriage and relationships are not about rings. Trying to raise a family is so insane. He tries to keep politics off the brain. But sitting in the questions, he might just scream. Business and entrepreneurship is his thing. There is society, then
there is reality.
That's my dad. That's my dad.
Welcome. I am BBT, and you can ask me anything. I have a lot to talk about today, so I'm going to jump right into it. I had a rough night last night. I ended up going out to watch the UFC fight, Izzy versus Pereira. And unfortunately, Izzy lost. I felt he was going to lose. And that was before I knew the guy beat him twice already in kickboxing when they were a lot younger. But I just felt like his time was due. You know, I mean, he pretty much beat him the entire fight. And then he just got caught. He got caught. He tried to do a leg kick, stumbled. Pereira rushed him. And then he caught him. And then that was it. So, yeah, Izzy. Hopefully they got a rematch clause, but yeah, it was a tough one if you were an Izzy fan and hoping he won. But one thing I noticed about Izzy, and I said this to some guys at the bar last night, I said, depending on how Izzy comes down to the ring is my official opinion on whether or not he's going to win or not. And see, when Izzy got that swag and he's doing creative and crazy stuff, I think that he's in his bag and he's very confident. But he just walked down out to the ring with no nothing. And I just felt like, oh man, he's not gonna win. And he had him, but he couldn't hold on. I mean, between him and Usman, they had both fights locked and he got caught at the end. And that's how the UFC goes. But really quick, just the UFC in general. I'm at the bar, man, and I'm not a big UFC fan. I like to go to bars for big sporting events, and I'm there and I'm just listening to all the people cheer on this destruction from one person to the next, whether it's two guys fighting or two girls. And I'm like, this seems very similar and reminiscent to how things were back in the old Roman days. And it's just like, man, like, you know, I'm not offending UFC, but it's almost like we talk about how the world has become so desensitized to things, to death and destruction. And unfortunately, UFC is a big part of that. I mean, it's almost like people are waiting for the leg to break or someone to get knocked out cold. And I'm like, yeah, you love to see that, especially, especially, I'm a big boxing fan. You love to see the knockout. But UFC is a different level of destruction amongst individuals. Like half the guys, when you see them and their ears are all messed up, I'm just like, a lot of these guys be young, been knocked out 5, 6, 7, 10 times. And I'm like, how is this human being going to live a productive life, 5, 10, 15 years from now? But I guess that's the risks they take for being a fighter. But it's just like, man, people love that shit. I mean, I'm at the bar and people just cheering it on, like, yeah, kill him, kill him, kill him. And I'm like, that kind of reminds me when I used to watch them old movies like Spartacus or any movies along that line. And it's like, damn, that's what we are today. So anyway, let me jump into these tweets. First tweet, the real Kiyosaki says, Stalin said, it's not who votes that counts, it's who counts the votes that counts. America is dying. Our votes no longer count. Speak out, fight back. Demand recounts now, not next election. Democracy is at stake and we're fighting for it. Don't let communists steal our freedom. Yeah, definitely Kiyosaki is very outspoken. I've read a lot of his books growing up. I like his opinion on certain things. I don't like his opinion on certain things. But for the most part, I definitely think there needs to be some transparency and they need to standardize the vote counting process, just the voting tracking process, the counting process, because at this point, I don't know what's real and what's fake. Like, do we really? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't like talking politics too much, but I definitely think that they could do something to make the vote counting tracking more efficient and standardized from state to state. Anyway, next tweet, Eton Thomas. This was actually on Instagram. He said, "NYPD officer Daniel Patelio murdered my father in broad daylight on video, and he didn't have to do anything before he returned to active duty. I wrote about it in my book how traumatizing it was to actually see him laughing and joking with other cops on the street like nothing happened. He didn't have to do anything. He didn't even have to apologize to the family or the man he murdered. But they're going to make Kyrie do all of this before he can play basketball." Yeah, I was going to do a video on that, but I was like, nah, man, I'm not giving this story anymore, Sean. Basically, Joe Tsai said he goes back on kind of his statements. I don't know if y'all remember. I shared a tweet where he said that he met with Kyrie and his family. He's not anti-Semitic. He's not a bad guy. But then he goes back and he says, no, after I thought about it, Kyrie must apologize. He must show that he's sorry. It's like, damn, Joe. Damn, Joe. But anyway, next week, CNN Sam Bankman-Fried woke up Monday still a billionaire, even as his cryptocurrency empire was beginning to unravel. By Friday, his fortune was completely wiped out. In less than a week, Sam Bankman-Fried 16 billion fortune evaporated. I think he was the owner, or he's the owner of FTX, which just went up in flames. So that's the next tweet. Minister Farrakhan said their fraudulent world is being exposed. That's my interest, the signs. Amateur looters, which they love to talk about over and over again, versus professional looters. This guy stole so much money with crypto. Yeah, yeah. And then one more tweet, I guess, breaking SBF and two FTS associates are currently being detained by authorities in Bahamas, a source tells Cointelegraph. Yeah, so it's a lot going on in the crypto space with FTX. What isn't there an arena? Isn't it the FTX arena? But it was just mind blowing when crypto took off. All of a sudden, you saw all the commercials. All of a sudden, they were buying all of the arenas. They were opening up. I know a lot of the companies were coming to Miami, and now I wonder what's happening with all of that. Like, just all of those jobs gone, all of that money gone. It's crazy. I was talking to my wife, and I said I got caught up in it. Obviously, I created an NFT project, and I still think it's going to do really well. But I remember when she first told me about it, I was just like, man, I don't really get into what's trending right now. I'm the type of person, I've done the day trading, I've dabbled and dabbled with stocks and options, I jumped on the real estate wave. And for me, how you make money is you build a business, you be patient. And as you have money, you start to invest in certain things that are safe. You may make a couple of speculative investments here and there, but for the most part, your investments or your big risks should go, it should be with you, like in running your business, growing your business. And then as that does well, you create another business. But all of these speculative investments, it's like, damn, like you would have never thought a year and a half ago that crypto would be where it's at now, where NFTs would barely be discussed at this point. So yeah, it's crazy what's going on in that space. So next tweet, Channel says, so apparently Adidas put lawyers on Ye's team and then colluded with those lawyers to sign over his IP and designs without his knowledge, which is crazy because if that's true, he has a strong case for a lawsuit. Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, I think that Ye has counsel. He definitely want to make sure that he goes after Adidas if he can. It's just amazing to me that you could be the person that created the concept. People buy it because of you, and then Adidas said, "Yeah, we still gonna sell your shoes without your name on it." It's like, hold up, how are we seeing this in broad daylight? Like we've heard about these things in the past. We heard about the fact that these things have happened over the years, but it's like, damn, we actually seeing someone, a creative person, do something, and then the company just takes it right from them. And it's like, damn. And what people are saying is like, oh, well, yeah, he should have did this, he should have did that. I don't know. I mean, maybe he did. Maybe they did actually trick him. I mean, you've watched movies about Facebook and how, Zuckerberg did what he did to some of his partners. So it's not unlikely for them to have tricked him or for the lawyers that they had to have put a clause in there that didn't protect him. So, because if they're in cahoots with Adidas, then things like that can happen. So next week, NBA Central, he has to show people that he's sorry. He only apologized after he was suspended. Joe side on Kyrie Irving. Yeah, they're definitely trying to buck break Kyrie, embarrass him. And I hate that term, buck break. But it's like, damn, I guess the Nets are winning right now. So they're like, well, we don't really need you, Kyrie. So let's continue to throw you under the bus and see what happens. So I don't know where this goes from here. I made a prediction a few shows back that I don't think that Kyrie's going to play again for the Nets, but that's just my thoughts. So anyway, next week, the red-headed libertarian. Florida recovers from hurricanes faster than Arizona counts votes. Yeah, like I said, they need to standardize the system from state to state. It should not take this long, or it should not take as long as it does for votes to be counted. And yeah, just the system as a whole just screwed up. It's 2022. We got all this technology, all these ways to improve and perfect the system. And like I said, they don't want to. They like the drama. And honestly, I think if you dig a little deeper, I don't think that they just like the drama. I think that they know that it can't be right, because if it's right, then we can't cheat. Anyway, that's the tweet for the day. Tweet. So yeah, I want to jump and I want to play this video really quick.
Why you don't understand why Trump was so popular, but I get it, because I hear it every day. He's very loved. And the reason he's loved is because people in Ohio have never seen somebody like him. He's what I call an honest liar. Well, I'm not joking right now. He's an honest liar. That first debate, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a white male billionaire screaming at the top of his lungs, "This whole system is rigged," he said. And across the stage was a white woman, Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, sitting over there looking at him like, "No, it's not, it's not." I said, "Now, wait a minute, bro. It's what he said." And the moderator said, "Well, Mr. Trump, if in fact the system is rigged, as you suggest, what would be your evidence?" Remember what he said, bro? He said, "I know the system is rigged because I use it." I said, "God damn." And then they put out a Illuminati membership card, chopping out the cocaine up and send it right into the podium. No one ever heard someone say something that's true. And then every time I punch out and punch in the taxes. They said, "This man doesn't pay his taxes." Just like that. That makes me smart. And then he said, "If you want me to pay my taxes, then change the tax code. But I know you won't, because your friends and your donors enjoy the same tax rates that I do." And with that, my friends, the star was born. No one had ever seen anything like that. No one had ever seen somebody come from inside that house, outside, and tell all the commoners, "We're doing everything that you think we are doing." Inside of that house. They just went right back in the house and started playing the game again. The Democrats are so losers. I'm a Democrat, I'm telling you, as soon as he won, they started saying all that he's colluding with Russia, he's colluding with.
So there you have it. That's Dave Chappell. I want to play one more from Dave Chappell. But yeah, honest liar. I mean, I think, me personally, I never really had an issue with Trump. I think that at one point I did feel like he needed to be out because I didn't realize the things that the media was doing. I think at the end of the day, you turned him into such a villain that it was almost like it was impossible for him to continue to be president. But then when I started like really, really digging a little deeper and saying, wait, how's the economy doing? How's certain things doing? I was like, damn, Trump ain't that bad. But, it made it seem like, because of things that he says, he has to be out of here. He's a bad person. He's a racist, all of these things. And to Dave Chappelle's point, I think that what Trump did, he exposed a lot. I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's the first president to actually put money directly in our pocket. And so, and please, actually, let me take that back. I'm not going to say he's the first or only president to ever put money in a pocket. He just showed that you don't have to do it one way. I remember when President Obama came into office and we were going through what we were going through, and he gave all that money to the big banks and bailed them out. And I remember I made a post saying I wish President Obama would have put that money into small business owners. You know, we're the biggest job providers in the country. Give us an opportunity. But instead, it went to the big businesses. So when Trump, with COVID and certain things like that, he gave us opportunity, one, to survive with extremely tough situation, but also gave us an opportunity to thrive. Like I said, I ran a business for over 13 years. Business did good every year, and I was never able to get a loan until COVID. So definitely, I'm not a basher of Trump. I understand both sides. I understand people who don't like him. I understand people who love him. But that being said, I think Dave Chappelle nailed it in the sense that Trump exposed a lot, and they're like, damn, like you can't do that. You're not supposed to do that. You're benefiting from this rigged system. You're supposed to be quiet. And Trump like, nah, I'm gonna tell. So I love what he said, honest liar. So anyway, I'm gonna play one more. Let me get out of this. Play one more, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Let's do this. Oh, not that one. Hold on 1 second.
Kanye woke up from that nap. He went right to work. A year ago, I'd seen him on a podcast called Drink Champs. Well, great show. And it was an amazing appearance. Noriega and them were there, the rappers that I love, and they all had their gold chains and stuff on. And Kanye said, only millionaires wear chains. They said, what? He said, I'm a billionaire. Billionaires don't wear their money on their body. I took my chain and I said, oh, snap. It was a good appearance. It was fun and funny. But when he woke up, he went on Drink Champs again. This time, he was on one. He was mad about something. He said, I can say anti-Semitic things, and Adidas can't drop me. Now what? Adidas dropped that nigga immediately. Ironically, Adidas was founded by Nazis, and they were offended. I guess the students surpassed the teacher. It's a big deal. He had broken the show business rules. It's just a rule. You know, the rules of perception. If they're black, then it's a gang. If they're Italian, it's a mob. But if they're Jewish, it's a coincidence, and you should never speak about it. Kanye got in so much trouble, Kyrie got in trouble.
So there you have it. The GOAT. One of the GOATs. One of the GOATs. Mr. Dave Chappelle. Doing what he does so well. I mean, he summed it up perfectly. What he say? If you're black, it's a gang. If you're Italian, it's a mob. But you can't talk about the other group. And if you do, you're going to have some problems. It is what it is. So before I get up out of here, definitely I found out through Twitter or I think on Facebook, I was scrolling and I saw a post or something. I realized that Nas had an album come out. So how the hell did I miss this? But yeah, King's Disease 3 came out this weekend or Friday. I don't know which day it came out, but I've been listening to it. I probably listened to the album 3 or 4 times now. And man, it's like that. It's so crazy. He starts out and it's just a breath of fresh air for hip hop. Like when Nas puts an album out, it's like, damn, like this is what hip hop is. This is what it's supposed to be. Just the smoothness of his voice, the beats just so laid back. And then he's just talking about some real stuff about our culture. And yeah, man, it's a banger. It's a banger. I was going to read for the first song is called Ghetto Reporter. And I just love this verse. His first verse, he said, it's comedy. It's hilarious. Look yourself in the mirror. Tell me times ain't the scariest. For me, dropping album after album like it's various artist compilation, but it's just me and HB And this shit take concentration. Niggas know I don't drop this often, so cherish it. Like your daughter's graduation, kids' marriages. When the culture vulture swooped down, they started exploiting the sound. They drew up contracts for our niggas Drew Hill to Drew Down. And I'm praying they set. Instead, most artists don't live as good as their execs. And they end up depressed, scarred by ARs. The music be changing and the culture be shifting. So you got to move with it. Call me the party crasher, that plan spoiler, that Malcolm seeing Maya Angelou in Ghana holding a camcorder. God damn. Ghetto reporter live from 40 side. You know my storyline. First project rapper, triple platinum with New York pride. Give it up for Nas. Man is a beast, man. My top 5, dead or alive, all time. That's the guy. But yeah, definitely go and check it out. It's amazing. I was going to do a full review of it, but I'm not doing that. That's not my lane. I'll let the experts do that. But yeah, definitely go check it out. Anyway, it's Sunday. I hope you all have a great day. I'm probably about to go get in the pool with the kiddos. I might go to the park, work out the sun. I don't know. I'm trying to take it easy today. I kind of had a rough night. I had a little bit too much to drink. So that's why I'm waking up late and getting started later. And so I got to make up some time. So I think I'm just going to go by the pool, relax, maybe watch a little football, and just chill. But anyway, I hope you have a great day. I hope you're setting your goals and getting it in for this week. Big week. It's almost Thanksgiving. Yeah. So love you all. Y'all take care. Peace.